Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's now cherry blossom season around the world, and I'm going to show you guys what it's like in Seattle. There's a ton of places to see cherry blossoms around the city, as it grows predominantly here in people's yards, parks, along the streets, but the best place to see it is at the University of Washington, which is also my alma mater, so go Huskies! Up ahead is the Quad, which is one of the most well-known areas of the university and where a lot of tourists go to see the cherry blossoms. These cherry blossoms are Yoshino Cherry Blossoms from Japan. They were brought to Seattle and transplanted here in the Quad in 1962. As I mentioned, this area and the university itself is a really big tourist attraction each year, and if it weren't for COVID, you'd see a ton more people here, like ants spread out everywhere. The funny thing is, I went to school at University of Washington for my undergraduate degree, and I used to walk by here every day. My dorm was right next to here, probably like a 2-minute walk north of this area, but I had no pictures here. I definitely took it for granted and thought, it's here, I can always do it next year. But next year didn't happen until now. A little over 10 years now. Oops. Going to the top view, the money shot, that's in almost every picture. This is from the north side of the campus looking down the Quad. I used to walk down these steps all the time to get to class, always running late every single morning. Those who want to see cherry blossoms in bloom at University of Washington, you have to pay attention to when the blooming season is, because it changes every single year depending on how warm or cold that year is. For instance, this year it's pretty late because it's fairly cold in Seattle this year, so they haven't bloomed quite yet. The university has a live cam that will show what's going on in the Quad. I suggest you check that to see the progress of the blooms before you head there. The Quad is the best when the trees are fully bloomed. As you can see, those of us who live here are not exaggerating when we say that spring and summer are the best seasons in Seattle. Everything is super green, and flowers are blooming all over the place. People's homes, parks, everywhere. One tip for getting pictures here is you gotta go early. The earlier the better, because there's usually less people and less tourists. Or go later in the day before sunset. Most tourists will be gone and the lighting will be amazing. Make sure though to respect the trees, because these are very old and fragile trees. You don't want to climb on the branches. They take a very long time to grow this big, and you don't want to ruin it for other people. As you can see, people love to use the Quad as a park, both locals and students. This is where my department is, Department of Economics, that building behind me. They're right in the Quad. Alright, so since we're already on campus, I'm going to show you guys around all the main areas of campus. I've had a couple English classes in that building you see right there. That's the new business building. I haven't been in there, it was built after my time. In general, the campus is beautiful. There's a mixture of modern but also traditional architecture, as you can see, and it goes really well with the scenic, gardens and plants, and not to mention the view of Mount Rainier and also the bay and the lake. I'll have to make another follow-up video to show you guys all the variety of views that this campus has. I mean, it was voted one of the top 13 most beautiful college campuses in America. Up ahead here is Red Square. This is where most undergraduates will spend their time. On the right, you'll see Odegaard Library, which is the undergrad library, and we all just crashed there to cram for exams and hung out, whatever. There was people sleeping all over the place in there, day and night. Those of us who were pre-med or had a lot of sciences classes and spent a lot of time in this building right here, it was insane. It was my first time being in a class of 500 plus students. I was overwhelmed. Across there, you'll see that is Suzo the library. We call it the Harry Potter library because if you go upstairs, it looks exactly like Hogwarts. To be honest, it's been quite a while since I've been back on campus. This brings back a lot of memories, and although college was really stressful, it was not always fun, but I still had a lot of fun. A lot of memories were made here, and I'm glad I had the opportunity to go to college and going to a really great school like the University of Washington. What I really liked about going to school here was that it still had the traditions, the same feel that you would get at Harvard, Yale, Princeton, Columbia, wherever. But then it also had a very entrepreneurial mindset, and it was a very liberal college too, so it exposed me to a lot of different ideas, peoples, cultures, parties. But what I actually really liked about the location of the university is it's very close to downtown Seattle, so there were a lot of opportunities for internships and gaining experience and jobs post-college and during college. And it was just really nice having a lot to do around the campus, right? And public transportation was really easy, so you can get anywhere without a car. I went to Capitol Hill, party downtown, Pioneer Square. It was a breeze. But within the campus itself, there were a lot of restaurants and bars and just shops and things to do also. The perfect place to grow up and become a young adult. Well, that's it for today. If you guys liked what you saw and want to learn more about University of Washington and see more of the campus, let me know down below and I'll make another video with a more in-depth look at the campus. Alright, as always, make sure to share, like, and subscribe so I can make more videos for you guys, and see you guys next time. Bye!